Hi, my name's Andreana. I'm Amelia's sister. I'm here to answer your frequently asked questions about deaf culture. How do deaf people wake up in the morning? Well, there's different options. One, we have vibrating things under our pillow or under our mattress that'll go off with the alarm. Some people prefer lights to wake up. That's about it. Can all deaf people read lips? Not always. Some people speak too fast and it's really hard to understand. Some people, they speak really clearly and it's easy to read their lips. I kind of can understand if it's not too long of a sentence. What are some things deaf people can hear? Well, all deaf people, their hearing levels are different. For me, I'm completely deaf. I can't hear anything at all. But I can feel a lot of vibrations. If somebody's close to my ear who screams, I can feel that. If I feel something falling in the kitchen, I can feel the vibrating. Some people who are deaf can hear a train or a plane or something loud like a horn. Anything really loud they can hear. How do deaf people know when their baby cries? For me, I have a small monitor that sits in the baby's crib, and I have a video monitor or a vibrating monitor that'll vibrate when the baby cries, and then I can go up and check on the baby. Or if the baby's right next to me, I'll frequently look to check. Can deaf people hear music, and can deaf people dance? I can't hear music, but I can dance. But it's not really my favorite thing to do. A lot of deaf people really enjoy listening to music. They like the strong beats and just really loud noise in the car. They'll put it on like full blast and they like to feel the vibration. And some people love that. And some people practice the lyrics and look at the lyrics and try to match the rhythm. A lot of deaf people enjoy dancing as well. It's an expressive feeling. Can deaf people talk? Not me. I can say mom, dad, that's about it. Some people who are really part of a strong family, strong deaf family, they hardly ever learn to speak. Some kids that come from a hearing family, they go to speech therapy and learn how to speak. But for a lot of deaf people, they like to keep their voices off. Do deaf people drive? Yes. I have a license, and I would say about 95% of deaf people can drive. Also, they're really good at visually at catching different things. Like if a car stops in front of them quickly, they can catch that quickly, or an ambulance behind them. They'll see other cars pulling over, and they'll pull over quickly to get out of the way. How do deaf people fight or argue? That's a funny question. You can see a deaf person fight. Deaf people really don't care if you watch them. They're really mad. They're very physical. They sign really fast. They're expressive. They block people out. It's pretty obvious when deaf people are fighting. Is sign language universal? In America, American Sign Language, they have European Sign Language and different country sign languages. French, Italy, Africa. They have all different kinds of sign language. Also, for me, I was born in New York. I grew up and I learned ASL in New York. I moved to Indiana it's the same, it's ASL, but really it's different. There's different accents within the United States. There's different styles, different words. State to state it varies. Yep. Can a deaf athlete become pro, and how do you know when the referee blows the whistle? Yes, recently the Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks team, they had a deaf person on their team. So it does happen. I know some here and there that are deaf pro athletes. How to know if the referee's stopping the game? From my experience, I was on a basketball team before, and we'd be against a hearing team. We'd be running, and the referee would blow the whistle for a foul or something. The hearing team would stop and look, and then I'd know to check and see what the ref is doing. So just following the flow and seeing what other people are doing helps. What are deaf relationships like? Well, deaf is a really small community. Everyone knows each other, so sometimes it's hard, but it's not too bad. It's also, we express in a different way. Hearing people would say things like, "Hey babe, can you get that drink over there, please?" But deaf people say, "Hey, get that drink." It's not, they don't really involve like cute words like babe and stuff. It's a little bit weird in deaf culture. I've never really said, "Hey babe," signing. On the phone, I'll text it, but not really visually. Also, when a deaf couple goes for a walk or goes out or something, it's nice to hold hands in hearing culture. But when you're really wanting to have a good conversation, it's really hard to stand with one hand and hold the other hand. So it's really common to just not have that physical contact. Can deaf people perform? Oh yeah, the deaf community is very, very committed to performing. They make a huge deal out of acting and ASL storytelling, expressing different things, deaf music. It's very creative, and a lot of things are visual. They show a lot through body language, and it really matches deaf culture. Also, you might know Marlee Matlin. She's a deaf actress, and she's the perfect example of a deaf actress. Sean Birdie also is involved in a TV show, and he's a deaf actor. And I've been involved in plays before. I love it. It's really cool. To see the visual aspect is really neat. Last question. How do deaf people feel about being deaf? It's really awesome. It's fun. I wouldn't want to be hearing. I just really feel connected to the deaf world, the deaf culture. I'm really happy I can be myself. And I enjoy many aspects of the deaf way. And a lot of other deaf people really feel the same way. It's a different culture, and everybody sees hearing culture, but deaf culture just feels really fun and different and cool. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time watching me. Bye.